I just wanted to call this Good Morning, Good People. As a songwriter, sometimes you say something and then you think, that's like the last video. I think I said something about, you know, uh, honestly, human beings love each other. We love each other, honestly. That's why if somebody falls on the street, everybody tries to stop and help. Why? Because we love each other. We let all this bullshit get in the way, all of our countries, religions, races, perpetrated a lot of times by the people with money who want to keep us fighting against each other instead of trying to create a better society, which will take some of the money from the rich. And they have this fevered dream, this madness that somehow they can be billionaires, and that's fine and good, and it doesn't matter what happens to society as a whole. But luckily, it looks to me like the world is kind of coming to uh, a moment where we realize we have to love each other, and because that's in our nature, because that's what we're required to do as a spiritual being. Uh, and good for that. Good for that. Let's love each other. Take each other up that are down, that don't know how they're going to pay rent, don't know how they're going to pay food. Let's have some basics: water, food, housing, safety, health care. Let's just start with that. That'd be a good start. We haven't even done that. This is we call it 2026. We've been around for thousands and thousands of years, tens of thousands. And we're still greedy, creating shitty societies of rich and poor, more poor than rich. And the people in the middle looking up instead of down, looking up. I want to be rich. I want to be rich. I don't want to be poor. And so not really helping the poor. Trying to buy some stocks, 20% return. We can do better. We can do better. So I'm in London town, enjoying the international flavor of all the people I meet and languages I hear. I just got back from a breakfast. Albanian ladies. One was Albanian and one was born in Greece, but she was Albanian. Might have been a mother daughter. I'm not sure, but they were nice. Um, yeah, it's too expensive in London. It's hard to find cheap places. Well, I don't think you can find. You can find moderately priced food, but I don't see anything that's really affordable. Not to me, not to what I'm used to. And this is interesting. So there's almost no markets here. I mean, I'm near Paddington Station. Lots of people live around here, and yeah, many are tourists, but not all. Almost no fresh markets. I'm coming from Toulouse, where the Victor Hugo market, and there's a lot of markets. Partly maybe because Toulouse is more of a farming region and warmer and more fresh food is available. But it's sad, I can't find groceries here, not nearby. Some of these stores may have fruit outside, but inside there's almost nothing that's fresh. There's a place in Paddington Station you can get processed food or packaged food, even healthy. I got some healthy things, but they're all packaged. Nothing, you don't make anything in your house. I don't. Where do the people around here buy their fresh groceries or fresh food? I don't know, and that's important. And it also saves money. Uh, I've said in another video about eating too much meat, and which is really hard on the environment and ourselves, our stomachs and our digestion as well. But more to the point is what it's doing to the planet. These full English breakfasts. I know this is traditional. Some traditions aren't that great. America is becoming more of this tradition of cheeseburgers and saying, oh, a triple burger, a a quadruple burger. It's like mainly for men. Look, you can eat. Look how much you can. I can eat a triple burger. Well, yeah, but every burger is like 600 gallons of water. So what's that? 1,800 gallons of water. When we're having water deficiency in many places, water scarcity, which is becoming worse with the heating planet, and the way we're not really moving from fossil fuels to renewable and clean energy. And we have a president telling us not to do that and leading us away into a more horrific global warming, drought, fire, mudslides, worse storms because of the heat in the atmosphere creating higher winds, flooding because of the more intensity, because of the moisture in the air, which comes down more in the ocean, which is not our drinking source, and less in the soil. The soil is drying, less in the rivers, less in the lakes, less in the aquifers. We're not dumb, but we act dumb. We act like we don't know what's going on. You know what's going on. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. I got enough on my plate. I'm dealing with this. I can't deal with that. Well, sorry. Sorry, sorry, sorry. You have to deal with that. Human being, citizen of the world, even if you're in a dictatorship, I'm very sorry about that. And ours is trying to move that way. But we need to be involved. The people at the top are usually very rich and they have investments and they're worried about their investments more than society and the earth and each other, like the regular people. So we have to lead. And that's what's happening in America, thank goodness. Thank goodness the people are starting to see, wow, how bad things can get if you let really greedy, self interested people take over and corrupt things and make billions for themselves and leave other people in the streets and burn the planet down. So, yeah, this tradition of the uh, English breakfast, oh my gosh, how much meat is on there? And almost no vegetables. No vegetables. You got a tomato, maybe. I don't even think you have an onion. And that's some heavy stuff. And maybe that, yeah, when you're working in the coal mines or something, it'll keep you full all day. But it's not healthy. It's almost no vegetables. I hosted a couple of teachers from Mexico once, and I remember one of the teachers saying, in Mexico, we have a saying, if you don't have beans, you don't feel full. This idea of eating beans every day to make you feel full. And beans are healthy and use less water than meat and are a good protein source and low fat. Not much bad about beans. So, you people that are stuck in the past, meat, 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 and I'm a man and I eat meat, I'm telling you, that's the past. And my dad could do that, but they didn't know about global warming or water scarcity. I know about it. I'm not going to act like I don't know. I'm not going to act like I'm stupid. I'm not stupid. You're not either. Yeah, we have to change. We have to quit driving our cars that are burning gas. We got to move to electric and have the electricity not come from these new nuclear power plants that Trump and the administration is pushing and cutting requirements, including letting go of some of the radioactive wastewater into our groundwater. Deadly stuff, deadly for hundreds or thousands of years. We're asleep at the wheel. We are asleep at the wheel, and bad things are happening around us. And we can point fingers. Look what they're doing. No, no, no. Me, and you. What we're not doing. We're not being good citizens and accepting the fact that we have to change because of the planet, because of grotesque inequality, because people can't live a middle class life. People can't buy their home. And again, I'm not just talking about a house. A lot in Europe, you buy an apartment in a nice apartment complex. And together you try to keep it safe and clean and green space. We can do that in America too. You don't. Not everybody's going to ever have a house and a yard. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. But I'm not sorry. You can have a very nice apartment and help your neighbors and achieve your potential. We can do this. We can do this. I'll stop there. Good morning, good people. We can do this.